Hey guys, another video for our Crime and Emergency Services in Japan playlist. What you missed out on so far is about 2 minutes of action. The police car's been there for about 2 minutes. The bus driver's come over and been talking to the policeman for about 2 minutes. And as you can see, that blue bus has just arrived. And there's a gentleman sitting there at the bus stop. So now you've caught up. That's the whole story so far. We know the front bus driver has spoken to the policeman. He's now in this blue bus talking to the other bus driver, warning him about the gentleman at the bus stop. Here comes the gentleman from the bus stop, waging a battle against gravity. So it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and he's pretty drunk. Quite a well-dressed, clean and tidy looking gentleman. He's just obviously been to lunch somewhere and just had a couple too many sarkas, and the bus driver's telling him that he can't get on the bus because he's too drunk to be on the bus. But he's being really polite, and that's the point of this video. Is what we're wanting to demonstrate here is how patient Japanese people are, and specifically how patient Japanese police are. So the guy stood there in the doorstep there for another 3 minutes. We had to cut this down, guys. This was a 16-minute video before it was cut, so we had to keep cutting it down, otherwise you'd be bored out of you. So finally he gets on the bus and sits down, and the bus driver's just saying, look, sorry, we're not going to go anywhere. He's being really polite. We wanted to give you guys the audio, but the sound of the wind was too strong. It was a really windy day, and it ruined our audio, unfortunately. But basically he was just politely telling him that, look, sorry, we can't go anywhere because you're a little bit too drunk, I'm sorry. And then that wasn't working, so the two bus drivers have come back again. The policeman's still in the car, and because we're at the 6-minute mark now, it's been about 6 minutes has passed, and the policeman's still sitting in the car. So that's sort of what we wanted to demonstrate, is the patience. Just a couple of points though we want to add. We wouldn't want to give the wrong impression and have young fellas watching this thinking, wow, I can do anything I want in Japan and won't have a problem. That's not the case. What's actually happening here is, in some countries, probably the policeman would just stride onto the bus and, grab the guy by the scruff of the neck and drag him out, and either put him in the police car and take him away, put him in handcuffs and take him away, or put him back on the bus stop maybe. But most likely in most countries he'd be arrested for public drunkenness and dragged away. But the Japanese way of doing things is that would just create a scene, which, when you're talking about arresting the guy for public disturbance or something, to create a bigger disturbance in the way you handle him would be considered to be silly as far as they're concerned. So that's why they're trying to handle it as softly as possible. So we're now at the 6-minute mark, and the policeman's actually going to talk to the drunken guy. So he's been there for over 6 minutes, but he's actually going to go talk to the drunken guy now. So that's what's really going on, is they're just trying to avoid a scene. They're trying to avoid any conflict, because the way it works in Japan, we never see conflict. People never see conflict usually in Japan. So to create conflict or have any sort of dramas would upset other people unnecessarily. So that's why they're trying to avoid that. But just want to add to that if you do the wrong thing in Japan, and a scene like this ends with you in handcuffs in the back of the police car, as we've mentioned in previous videos, there's a 99% conviction rate. So we definitely don't want to give the wrong impression and have some young guys thinking they can come to Japan and get drunk and loud and misbehave, because that's not the case. One of the main reasons this guy's being treated so gently is because he's a well-dressed old gentleman, could be 70 years old, and a local, and for that reason they're treating him really softly. But it's not always the case. What we're really wanting to demonstrate with this video is just the incredible patience of Japanese people, the fact how hard they try not to have any conflict, and how patient the police officers usually are. So we've showed you Japanese police officers at work before, and they're pretty patient. Unfortunately, we're now at the 16-minute mark, and our train came. So you can assume that it would have ended up probably with the policeman putting him in the car and driving him home, would have probably been the result of that one. But that wasn't the result. Wasn't the main reason for the video. The other points were. So anyway, I hope you found that interesting. More videos coming soon.